Today's video is on the greenhouse effect. Pollution can cause the atmosphere to trap heat and lead to global warming, an increase of our planet's temperature. Gases involved are called greenhouse gases. Now, the greenhouse effect is a natural effect that does help with keeping our planet at a nice temperature. But the increase in levels of greenhouse gases is the problem we're facing. 4 major greenhouse gases we are concerned with are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen oxides, and water vapor. All of these gases are created by natural processes, but the levels of these gases are increasing dramatically due to human activity. And this is the problem we're having with the greenhouse effect. So the sun provides the earth with light and heat energy. And this keeps our planet in a healthy state and is able to support life, because life needs these energies to survive. Plants use light to make food via photosynthesis, and the heat is able to keep the earth warm by the atmosphere trapping and using some of the heat. And this keeps all the organisms at a nice, happy temperature. But pollution is causing a problem, and pollution can cause by many different sources. The main one we're worried about is humans, and especially the burning of fossil fuels. We use fossil fuels in factories to generate electricity, to power different things, and we use it with petrol in terms of cars and buses. And the exhaust fumes and waste gases from this are increasing the amount of greenhouse gases. Also, livestock and our intensive farming can lead to an increase in greenhouse gas. Deforestation is another major factor in increasing the levels of CO2. Plants take up CO2 in photosynthesis. So if we're cutting down trees and plants and clearing land, that means there are less of these taking away CO2 from the atmosphere and also giving us the good byproduct of oxygen in the process of photosynthesis. We're clearing this land to add more factories or do more farming, and this in turn leads to even more greenhouse gases. So the factories and the cars provide us with more carbon dioxide being released, more nitrogen oxides and more methane, and livestock leads to an increased amount of methane being released into the atmosphere. This is a basic diagram showing how the greenhouse effect works. So the heat and energy from the sun travels through the atmosphere, lands on the sea and the land, and heats up the planet, keeping our planet nice and warm. The excess heat is then reflected back from the planet out through the atmosphere and into space. But the buildup of excess greenhouse gases means that some of this excess heat is reflected back down to the planet, and some is trapped in the atmosphere. This increases the temperature of not only the atmosphere and the land and the sea, which is having a detrimental effect on many different things, such as habitat, weather patterns, and is leading to the polar ice caps from melting, which not only is losing habitat, but is also causing sea levels to rise. And the rise in sea levels could potentially flood many areas where there are humans living and other animals. So a review of this lesson. We learned that air pollution can lead to global warming. Greenhouse gases cause the greenhouse effect, and natural levels are good for our planet, but our levels are increasing, and they're increasing mainly down to human activity, causing an excess amount of the greenhouse effect. And the major greenhouse gases we worry about are carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrogen oxides. Any questions or comments about the greenhouse effect or this video, please place in the comments. And until next time, good luck.